Hello, my name is Saul of Tarsus, also known as Paul the Apostle. I'm a well-known figure in the early Christian church whose influence continues to shape and influence the Christian church today. I was born in Tarsus, a city in present-day Turkey, in the 1st century AD. I was a devout Jew and a Roman citizen and was trained as a Pharisee. Before my conversion to Christianity, I strongly opposed the new religion. I persecuted and imprisoned Christians, even giving approval for the execution of Stephen, one of the first Christian martyrs, as recorded in the book of Acts. However, my life took a dramatic turn when I had a vision of Jesus Christ on the road to Damascus. You can read about this event in the book of Acts in chapter 9, but since we're here, I'll just tell you firsthand what happened. So I was headed to Damascus, the modern-day capital of Syria, which in my day was a part of the Roman Empire, in order that I might find people belonging to what was then called the Way. These people were eventually called Christians, and I hated them and sought to intensely persecute them for their false beliefs. I was so passionate about stopping this Jesus movement that I obtained letters from the Jewish high priest in Jerusalem that gave me permission to bring anyone in Damascus who was professing this Christian faith back to Jerusalem as a prisoner. As I neared the city, however, a bright light from heaven suddenly surrounded me. I fell to the ground and heard a voice say, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" I responded, "Who are you, Lord?" "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting," he replied. "Now get up and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do." Those that were with me heard the voice, but didn't see anyone. After this experience, though I could open my eyes, I couldn't see. So the people I was with led me by the hand the rest of the way to Damascus, where for 3 days I neither ate nor drank, but prayed, reflected on this powerful experience, and received a vision that someone named Ananias would come lay his hands on me to restore my sight. True to the vision I received, a follower of Jesus named Ananias did indeed come to me and place his hands on me and called me Brother Saul. He then said that Jesus had sent him to help me recover my sight and be filled with the Holy Spirit. And behold, something like scales fell from my eyes and I could see again. I then understood that it was not my good works or obedience to God that made me acceptable or loved by Him, but only faith in Jesus and the grace and love that flows from Him could make me right with God. Indeed, I was no longer Saul the Pharisee, but Paul the Apostle, a grateful and humbled servant of Jesus Christ. After this, I got up, was baptized, and then after a good meal, I regained my strength. After my conversion, I dedicated myself to preaching the gospel and establishing Christian communities throughout the Roman Empire. I made several missionary journeys, preaching in cities such as Antioch, Corinth, and Ephesus. My teachings are recorded in multiple New Testament letters such as Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, and many more. In fact, of the 27 books in the New Testament, 13 were written by me. In addition to my writing and preaching, I was also recognized for my leadership within the early Christian church. I worked closely with other leaders like Peter and James and actively participated in resolving disputes and shaping the beliefs and practices of the early church. Despite facing opposition and persecution from both Jewish and Roman authorities, by God's grace, I remained steadfast in my faith and relentlessly sought to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. I was eventually arrested and brought to trial in Rome, where I was sentenced to death. And although the Bible does not provide details concerning my death, church tradition maintains that I was executed by beheading. In conclusion, I was a devoted follower of Jesus Christ who was used by God to play a crucial role in the spread of Christianity throughout the Roman Empire. Through my teachings and leadership, God has continued to use me and my life to build His church. I was, and still am, forever grateful for the work and suffering of Jesus on my behalf that brought me forgiveness and grace, and through the Spirit empowered me to live a life worthy of the gospel. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about my life and my conversion. Thanks for watching, and remember, Soli Deo Gloria. That is, to God alone be the glory.